The Federal and Velevin Hypermarket jointly present the Thoothukudi Marathon 2024 to raise awareness on drug abuse. The event is co-presented by Edison Cardio Care Center, Tiruchendur, powered by L. Anand Jewelry and St. Mother Teresa Engineering College, Thoothukudi.
Hello and a warm welcome to Federal's special program, Capital Beat. Rescue operations continued today as well after the devastating landslides at Wayanad's Chural, Mala and Mundakai areas, in which close to about 200 people have died and many more are still missing. Now, today, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi visited Wayanad just a day after when Home Minister Amit Shah made claims that enough warnings were given to the Kerala government, but the Kerala government did not act, to which Pinarayi Vijayan refuted those charges, saying that the early warnings came only after the tragedy struck. Today, Governor of Kerala, Arif Mohammed, has also reacted, and he said that if Amit Shah says that warnings were issued, then I have no reasons to doubt it. But the big question we are asking is that what is the reality of the Wayanad landslides? How grim is the situation amidst this all blame game between the center and the state government? Joining me now is G. Sundarajan, who is a renowned environmentalist. So thank you so much for joining. We have Chandy Ooman, who is the Kerala Congress leader, who joins us, and he's currently in UK on a trip, and he joins us from there. Thank you so much, Chandy, for joining. We have Rajiv Ramachandran, who's a senior journalist with the Federal. Rajiv, thank you so much for joining. And I'll begin the conversation today with Chandy Ooman, that the blame game has begun. Amit Shah says that enough warnings were given to the Kerala government, and the Kerala government did not act on those warnings. Now, what is the reality? Today, Arif Mohammed, the governor, also has said that if Home Minister Amit Shah says that enough warnings were given, then there are no reasons to doubt what Amit Shah is saying. What is the truth, according to you?
Yuji, this is not the time for blame game or any kind of accusation on each other. This is the time when the entire state and the country is trying to save as many as people as possible. Now we don't know how many people more we can save. Still, the rescue operations are going on. Reconstruction efforts are happening. The army is trying their best to bring back normalcy. But one thing is very clear, that this is not the time for politics. Secondly, as far as I know and as far as I gather from various media personals, there was no warning given apart from the regular directives. Every monsoon, they give a regular directive. Apart from that, central government has given no directive or no specific information. So as every monsoon comes, they have given normal directives they are given. That's it. Nothing extra special has come from the...
Chandy, Amit Shah made those claims on the floor of the House while there was a discussion on Wayanad landslides yesterday. Made these statements on the floor of the House. So,
if there is any specific directive, if they are given any specific directive with regard to Wayanad, let them make it public. Let them make it with a date, when it was given, what was given. Let them come public. Let us not just give statements and escape from the fact that this has happened. I have no responsibility, saying that from 2014, our government is trying to prevent these disasters, and because of Modi ji, this is all happening. All this is happening. I agree. Certain issues like Orissa, there warnings was given. But with regard to Kerala, is there a specific warning? If there was specific warning given by the central government, let them come out clear. Where is that warning? When was given? To whom it was given? Let us fix responsibility. In our country, we need to fix responsibility now. Now, there is no responsibility on the part of Home Minister. He is just giving a statement that we have given warning. What is the warning? What is the nature of warning?
Chandy, who do you think should be held responsible for this? Does the fault lie with the center or with the state government?
Now both governments are responsible. Central government is the major party because they have to, if they feel that state government didn't accept their warning, they should have even given a public warning. Why didn't they act? If there was a specific information regarding it, why didn't they act? Why didn't central government act? What center is trying to do is put blame on Rahul Gandhi. That is what I can't understand. You just are picking up an issue to target the former member of parliament from there, and you are making up case of that. A case on that. I can't understand by what logic you are making political statements on such a tragedy which has affected the entire country. My question to central government is, if there is warning, when was it given? Who gave
No,
it?
no,
To which
but
authority it was given?
where was the blame being pinned on Rahul Gandhi? Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi today have visited Wayanad, but the blame was being put on the Pinarayi Vijayan government, to which Amit Shah said that the state government did not act even despite the warnings were sent by the center.
There is some fault on behalf on part of state government, but there is no specific, as far as I know, there is no specific info from the central government. Center is responsible now. Center has to give the responsibility, has to fix the responsibility. Whom did they give the intelligence? Whom did they give the information? But I have information that certain organization in Wayanad had warned the state government, not the state government, specifically the collector, uh, just the day before, that such a event may happen. So, but there is no authenticity to that fact that it may happen. It's just a anticipation. But you can't blame entirely the state government. But what did the center do? What was its responsibility? If you are
Right,
saying you have given warning, where is that warning?
right. All right. Now,
It
just
said
stay
you are
on.
making statements in parliament. I was seeing some of the statements by Tejasvi Surya, how he was targeting leaders of Congress party, which is not
All
acceptable.
right.
This is not the
All
time to
right.
play blame game.
All right, Chandy. You're saying that this is no time to play the blame game. I'll come to Rajiv now. Rajiv, I really want to understand what is the situation in Wayanad on the ground. Today, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi also visited Churalmala and Mundakai. Now, where does the toll, the death toll lie? What is it exactly, and how grim is the situation? How far have the rescue operations have carried forward? You'll have to unmute. Rajiv, you'll have to unmute, please. Yeah.
Yeah, Neelu, I just want to clarify a couple of things. Now, Chandy Woman has said that this is not the time for a blame game. Exactly the same words were uh, said by the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan yesterday. He also said this is not the time for the blame game, but he said no warnings were issued. We have checked and cross-checked this. We have the documents of the IMD's warning from 24th to 30th of this month. Not a single day there was a red alert in it. From 24th to 30th, it was yellow alert initially. On 29, as for this particular day, the landslide happened. For that day, the alert was later modified as orange alert. Orange alert means uh, be prepared. That's what the orange alert of this IMD suggests. Uh, what we gather from the central government's own documents, the advisories issued by the IMD, we can gather that Home Minister Amit Shah's claims in the House has no um, documental support, no
Yeah.
factual support. Now,
Right.
coming to the ground zero, the death toll as of now is nearing 300. Officially, it's 192 or so now, but almost 300 bodies have been uh, recovered. But the thing is, we don't know the exact number of the missing persons. As per the government the stats, it's around 225, but we all know that's not the real number. They don't have the numbers of children with them. They are taking these numbers from the voters list.
Right.
Only, yeah, these 225 people are missing. They're saying with reference to the voters list. So
But what
there
is
are.
Rajiv? But what about the pace of the rescue work? It is good enough, or is it tardy? How would you see the relief and the rescue? The pace at which the relief and the rescue is happening.
Actually, as apart from this Home Minister's negative remark, the coordination between the state and the central government is going on very smoothly in Wayanad. The rescue and search and rescue operations are going on in good pace. And we have to comment that all the political parties in Kerala, not only the district level leaders, today the LOP VD Sadishan, the MP KC Venugopal, and local Congress and IUML leaders were along with the chief minister. They held a all-party meeting there in Wayanad, and the opposition extended wholehearted support to the government in the relief and search operations. This is a very good sign, and obviously Kerala is always like that. During the 2018 floods, the chief
Right.
minister and the LOP had the aerial visit together. The rescue and relief operations as of now is going in full swing, and every department concerned is cooperating to their uh,
All
highest
right.
potential.
Right. Now I'll come to the reasons, and Mr. Sundarajan, I'll come to you. What, according to you, is the one reason why this landslide happened? Now, like Arif Mohammed, I was reading his statements. He said that the river changed its course. Now, what is the exact reason? Why do you think this kind of a landslide all of a sudden happened, where people were really taken aback and so many lives have been lost?
No, we have to understand something, that this was waiting to happen. If you ask us, it was waiting to happen. And we all know that the Western Ghats have been plundered in the last so many decades. We have built dams, tunnels, roads, resorts, whatnot, and houses at wrong places. So the once supposed to be a hard rock, charnocite kind of hard rocks, Western Ghats, became a very, very manageable soft rocks, and also the soil got so disturbed. So this disaster was waiting to happen. So what is the double whammy is, Kerala's rainfall of 3,000 millimeters. Out of that, about 100 centimeters, about 1,000 millimeters rainfall came down in about 4 days' time, roughly 4 to 5 days' time. So, and the soil was ready to get down because it was loosened up. The rocks were very soft, and it was ready to there. So this rainfall came, it washed out, and that's the disaster. But the irony is, the Madhav Gadgil report, which was tabled about a decade back, more than a decade back, clearly states eco-sensitive zone 1, 2, and 3, and this Y3 Taluk, where this disaster happened, is part of the eco-sensitive zone 1, which means we should have only forest and agriculture-related activities should be allowed. But if you go to that place, it was indiscriminately allowed in the last so many decades, and this disaster was waiting to happen, and it happened. So if you ask us, it's a man-made disaster. There's a complete failure on the part of IMD because they did not warn properly, and this is becoming an inherent habit of IMD, that not to calculate or inform precisely, or more towards accuracy, more towards reality. It has become a habit for IMD to fail every time there's a disaster. Since I'm from Tamil Nadu, I can say this. In last December, that is December 2023, we had a rainfall about 90 centimeters, 900 centimeters in a day in Tuticorin district. What IMD said? Red alert. How much the rainfall will be? 20 centimeters.
Mr. Sundarajan, when you talk about the fact that IMD has failed miserably in predicting disasters like these, and you have Home Minister saying that we are a nation which believes in early warning systems, we are a nation of early warning systems. So how does one really believe in what you're saying? You are saying that IMD has a habit of predicting miserably, and they've gone horribly wrong and on various occasions. But here you have a Home Minister who says that we are a nation of early warning systems. What does that mean?
He's bluffing. It means he's bluffing. Rajiv has just now said he has got access to records of the IMD warnings. What? Yellow alert or orange alert or red alert. This is the three things that they do. What is yellow alert or orange alert? Less than 20 centimeters rainfall. What is red alert? About 20 centimeters rainfall. But there, what happened? 100 centimeters of rainfall. See, you predict 20 centimeters of rainfall or 200 millimeters of rainfall, and there is a rainfall about 250 millimeters rainfall, then we can understand, okay, there could be a small difference in what is being predicted and what is happening. But you predict less than 20, which is orange alert or yellow alert, and there is a 100 centimeter rainfall, which is completely taken off guard. Even if the state government had prepared, they would not have prepared to this extent. See, this country has no cannot claim that it always works on precautionary principle. No, it has never worked. A Bhopal has to happen for us to enact the Environmental Protection Act. A tsunami has to happen for us to enact a Disaster Management Act. So there is nothing called as precaution in this country. So this country, as a country, as a society, as a governance, as a state, we have only known postmortems. We will do good postmortems. Amit Shah will say something, somebody will say something. He did not tell it to the reporters or in a private function. He told the House, which represents the entire 140 crore people of this country. He has gone on record and said we have alerted the state government about different issues that they were faced. No, they have not done. So if that is the case, let them publish the proof. Okay, this date we said there will be a rainfall of 25 centimeters or 30 centimeters, whatever it is. Let them publish a proof. It is like saying, whenever there is a terrorist attack in some law and order issue in a state, immediately the IB will come out with a statement. We warned them. So that warning goes every month to all states. Keep ready. Things might happen to go wrong. So be ready. Be cautious. So all this notification, general alert messages go every month to the state governments and the state home department. That goes every month. So when something untoward happens, IB will say, no, we have already warned it. It's something like that. The home minister is saying that, a normal communication says yellow alert or orange alert. He's saying we have alerted the state government.
Right. So, Mr. Sundarajan, according to you, who do you think is really responsible? Of course, has been a disaster. This is no time for blame game. But then, as after every tragedy, people try to awaken to a new reality. So, according to you, who do you think is majorly accountable for this?
As a country, we have failed to develop our own climate models. It's a very unfortunate thing. We are spending crores and crores and thousands of crores of rupees to find whether a Shivalinga was there or something else is there in any places of worship. But unfortunately, after coming to know that India is one of the most vulnerable country as far as the effects of climate change is concerned, we have not yet developed our climate models. We are still depending on the input from the European satellites or the American models or the Australian data. But unfortunately, India's weather systems have got a lot of local influences like the Indian Ocean Dipole or MGO or the westerlies. So there are a lot of factors that affect the Indian monsoon. We don't understand that. We don't have that. We don't have a proper climate model to early warn us to take action. This is one. Madhav Gadgil committee has been laid in front of this country about 14 years back. Both the Kerala government or any other government have not accepted the Madhav Gadgil committee. I'm not saying you should accept in toto. I'm not saying that. You accept that report, debate it among the informed communities. You take to the people and say, hey, this is what the committee report says. So these are things we need to do.
Why is there so much of reluctance on not adopting or not looking at the Madhav Gadgil report? Why do you think is the reluctance? You said that report was sent 14 years back. And even then, if the people have not awakened to the report, then what is the reason? Why there is so much of political reservation about it?
Commercial interest. What else? Who do you think the people who come and build the resorts in Wayanad? It is not the native people of Wayanad, right? Somebody from outside, they come and build and run tourism, wildlife tourism, God's own country, whatever they want, they can build. So who is building those 8-lane highways? The contractors. So there is a lot of commercial interest that doesn't allow the government to take cognizance of the Madhav Gadgil report or the Kasturirangan report or the committee that was set up by the Kerala government. That report also was not accepted by the Kerala government. So, it is basically, as I said earlier, it was a disaster in waiting, and we will not hesitate to say it's a human-induced landslide. It is not a natural disaster.
Right. So if it is a human-induced disaster, Rajiv, and what Rahul Gandhi today also said, that this looks like a national calamity, do you think that the center is now going to treat this as a national calamity?
Yeah, the government of Kerala, the state government also had demanded that it should be taken up as a national calamity, but the decision has to come from the center, from the union government. But unfortunately, the response so far has been obviously negative. Today, the question was raised to the chief minister by the journalists there in Wayanad, and the chief minister responded, "We have already demanded that. Now the decision is theirs. If they are not declaring this as a national calamity, let them explain why." That's what the Kerala state government, both the opposition and the ruling.
Rajiv, the kind of blame game which we see between the center and the Kerala government, do you think that center will go ahead and declare this as a national calamity?
I don't think so. But the thing is, this is not only Kerala's issue. When the floods happened in Tamil Nadu in last December, the same thing happened. They are still knocking the door of the union government for added funds and for rehabilitation and the rebuilding of the structures and all. This is not a Kerala specific issue. This is continuously happening to the non-BJP ruled state for the last decade, I guess.
All right. KJ Joseph, who is the executive editor of Deccan Chronicle, also joins us. KJ, thank you so much for joining. I believe that there was some connectivity issue at your end, and which is why you couldn't join, no problem. But we were just discussing the whole scenario of this Wayanad landslide. What is the truth behind it? Mr. Sundarajan very clearly explained that, the Madhav Gadgil committee report had pointed out a lot of things, but it was deliberately being avoided by the state government for the commercial interest. This was a disaster in waiting. This is what he said. But according to you, how would you see the current blame game which is on between the center and the state government? Because there's a lot of politics, despite the fact that all political leaders have come on record and said this is no time for politics. But the politics has begun already. Today, you have Arif Muhammad also commenting on it, that if Amit Shah says that early warnings were given, that there is no reason why not to believe him. So, Mr. Sundarajan, how do you think that the accountability in this particular incident will be held? Will there be a court case? I mean, how do you see the accountability being held in this particular incident? If you're saying it's a it was a man-made disaster, who do you think should be made responsible then? The onus lies on the center or the state government?
I would say the onus lies with the union government. Why? Because they did not give ample warning, no data is available for that. Not only that, the state governments, including Kerala, Tamil Nadu, see, for example, if they have to take some action on the Madhav Gadgil report or the Kasturangan report, they need a lot of money because they have to displace people from that vulnerable hotspots to some other place which are safer, which means they need a lot of money to to make people to displace from one place to another place. They have to build houses, look for livelihoods, many other things. Whereas the union government is not even giving money for the basic things. How do the state governments function then? Most of the money is with the union government, and they are not even giving money for the basic things. And for a rehabilitation measure of this kind, which requires a lot of people to be displaced from the vulnerable hotspots, you need 50,000 crores or 1 lakh crores kind of money to make people move from this place to another place, which is more safer. So the money is coming from the union government. So I would put quietly the blame on the union government for not giving ample warnings and also not giving money to the state governments to do the relocation or displacement of people so that they'll be safer and safer place.
KJ Joseph, who is the executive editor of Deccan Chronicle, also joins us. KJ, thank you so much for joining. I believe that there was some connectivity issue at your end, and which is why you couldn't join, no problem. But we were just discussing the whole scenario of this Wayanad landslide. What is the truth behind it? Mr. Sundarajan very clearly explained that, the Madhav Gadgil committee report had pointed out a lot of things, but it was deliberately being avoided by the state government for the commercial interest. This was a disaster in waiting. This is what he said. Mr. Sundarajan has said that the onus for the Wayanad land lies on the center. Yeah. The onus lies on the center, and the center should be held responsible. What would you really have to say on this?
We don't have so much of modeling compared to we have exceptionally good models all over the world. We don't have those kind of models. So the central government was to give the state Kerala the proper warning. The Kerala government was doing what was best available to them. So there is a little point in the blame game. the fact of the matter is that global warming is a reality, and this is going to strike at will. And the temperature of the Arabian Sea has gone up by about 5 degrees in the last 10 years. This is going
All
to
right.
have its impact on that. The Kerala should be looking at long-term solutions to that. This is going to require very intervals. Kerala will be
Right.
facing this.
All right, all right. Your audio wasn't very, very clear. It was breaking in between, but yes, I could gather what you were saying. Rajiv, to you for the concluding remarks on this whole Wayanad landslides which has happened. What would you really say towards the end, and then I'll close the program.
Actually, what I gather from the search and rescue operations and the other things happening there, the ground zero, we can definitely say that the issue, the most challenging issue is before the government is going to be the rehabilitation and rebuilding of that particular region and rehabilitation of those people. There are almost thousands of people who lost their lives, livelihoods, and accommodation facilities. All of their houses has been washed out, and the process of rehabilitation will be a long one, and it will be very challenging for any government for that matter.
All right, so we'll have to wait and watch. But yes, the families, the members who have died, it's really a painfully long battle for them. How and when they will get the compensation, that is also another issue, and how they have to struggle because their own people have died, many more are missing. So it's really a tale of big devastation. But as Mr. Sundarajan said, that this is a man made disaster. But with a big question, how can these man made disasters be prevented? We can, but there is no political will to do it because the commercial interests come in the wake of all these battles which come up. Thank you so much, Mr. Sundarajan, for joining on the Federal. Mr. Jacob, thank you so much.